Hello there. Well, quite an important day, a red letter day as far as India's history is concerned, and needless to say, the spiritual tourism has found a new address. Ayodhya. Yes, that's the way, that's the place where every road is heading to. Joining me on the broadcast are two youngsters, and today we discuss what the Gen Zs feel about Ayodhya. What is it in the religion that attracts them as well? Is that very important Instagram reel that they want to make? Is that the followers that they want to increase, or is it something beyond that? Arushi, beginning with you, what is the relevance of Ram Mandir for you and for Gen Zs like you?
Okay, so for me, it's not the Instagram reels.
Okay.
It's not just a thing to show off to the world, but it's a sense of pride. I think Ram Mandir holds a lot of significance for Gen Zs, or rather I would say for the younger generation. So as you were saying, the tourism has increased. Yes, it has indeed. It holds a lot of cultural significance with us, and definitely the religious significance is there. So it's not just about Instagram reels. It is for some Gen Zs, but for me it is a sense of pride. It is something which I will go abroad and say that this is something happening in India and you should be going and visiting and knowing the Indian culture, the Indian heritage. So it holds a lot of significance rather than the social media part.
Right, Ansh. So more than just the social media reels and Instagram posts, do you believe that Gen Z would also be associating themselves with the Ram Mandir just as their parents would do?
Yeah, of course, I believe that is going to happen, and it is actually happening. I have not seen that kind of enthusiasm for last several years, but coming to this Ram Mandir, मैं अपनी बात करूँ, बाकी की generations की मेरे से छोटे वाले की बात करूँ, so yes, there is an enthusiasm, and not मतलब how can I say it? It's somewhat like a reawakening of something of spiritual things here. So yeah, so they believe कि okay, this is something big, और हमें वहाँ जाना चाहिए. This is something glorious to us. This is something that we should embrace in our culture. So yes, है ये चीज़ कि this is more about the culture and this is happening.
More about the culture. Definitely. I mean, the Oneindia team spent almost a week in Ayodhya, including me. And as Ansh is mentioning, for generations who are now, upcoming, who are in standard, say, 8th or 9th, maybe standard 6th, they are the ones also who found attachment. I met a few students there. They had come from Pune in Maharashtra. And I asked that very young fellow that what is it that he liked about Ram Mandir? And trust me, at that time Ram Mandir was under construction. So he said, मुझे इसका design अच्छा लगता है. So that aesthetic, architectural marvel. So the aesthetics also take it beyond just the social media fervor. What do you think?
I think it is indeed an architectural marvel for us, because till now, like the generation which we are in, we have seen Akshardham temple and big architectural temples, but we haven't seen something built in front of our eyes. This is something which has been built in front of our eyes, which we are gonna tell our future generation.
That makes it more significant.
Yeah, that Ram Mandir, the huge, the historical temple was built when I was there. I saw that, I reported it. So it indeed holds a lot of architectural thing, and that also becomes a point of being aesthetic on Instagram, because nowadays the aesthetic part,
that aesthetic factor plays a huge part.
So the architecture is being connected to that aesthetic thing, where people can go, the young generation, and show off their aesthetic part.
All right. Beyond aesthetics also, Ansh, if we take a look at it, because undertaking that journey to Ayodhya from different parts of the country or from different parts of the world couldn't be and wouldn't be just about clicking some pictures or maybe appreciating the beauty there. It's also beyond that, the spiritual part that we are talking about. Do you believe that Gen Z is that religious also?
I can't say it exactly, but yes, I believe that yes, the spirituality is rising and it is happening, as I mentioned it already before. So yes, there is some religious factor and people are getting more religious, and see, Ram is something that unifies a whole community. That's what I would like to say about this. Okay, because it's not just about one nation, it's about many more nations. From if you go to Malaysia and even Indonesia, you'll find the mention of Ram there. So yes, that's the thing, and definitely Gen Z is getting spiritual, and of course, Ram Mandir is going to play a spiritual part in this.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, but I think there is a term here which is social media bhakts. I would like to say what it is exactly. So nowadays, what the younger generation or Gen Zs are doing, they have co-related this whole religious and spiritual thing to looking cool. So I have seen people who go visit temples. Like one of the main like point of them going is to this Vrindavan. So they go there, they click pictures and they post it, all those tika and all, and they show off that we are spiritual.
You
and
forgot
we are
Kedarnath.
religious.
They also go to Kedarnath just for this. Just for this.
Just for the pictures, just for content, just for the videos.
That's why we do this show, to understand what is it that the young Turks are thinking. And you're right, even I have seen my colleagues, and trust me, I'm not Gen Z, but my colleagues of my age, maybe a couple of years younger or elder, they have been off late. I have been seeing most of them journalists have been paying visits to these religious places, and they have been flaunting it. They have been putting it on social media, Twitter, formerly called Twitter, now X, or Instagram. Do you believe that somewhere beyond these the hustle bustle and the glamour and the glare of a decent picture, do you believe that the essence of Ram in Kali Yuga, Ansh, is something that we need to retain?
This is, yes, of course, it needs to be retained, and
can we retain?
Yes.
well, that's something that
How do you do it on yourself? What do you do in order to retain that Ram in you?
see, first of all, the most important thing is that be righteous, that do whatever is necessary, first thing. Okay, so what exactly is ideal, what you have to do. So ऐसे आप राम बन सकते हो अगर आप मतलब एक चीज़ होती है धर्म का पालन करना, do what is righteousness. If you don't follow that, now what exactly is dharma? Dharma is not exactly that नहीं आपको you don't have to do this, आपको ये नहीं करना चाहिए, आपको ये नहीं, no, exactly what exactly are your duties to a specific thing. Okay, so if you're not fulfilling your duties, then you are not exactly a dharmic person. आप एक धार्मिक पर्सन नहीं है.
ड्यूटीज पूरी करनी होती
है.
देखिए एक बहुत ही क्रिटिकल टर्म है जो अंश यहाँ मेंशन कर रहे हैं, एंड very relative terms in talking about and very contemporary things. Of late we saw two long weekends, okay, or aksar the joke goes around that if Friday is a public holiday, Saturday, Sunday is weekly off, then people tend to take a Monday holiday also, or trying to club it or sandwich it. वहाँ पर ड्यूटी फुलफिल करने में लोग बहाने बना लेते हैं. तो मैं आरुषि से जानना चाहूँगा कि आरुषि कि जब बात होती है राम की, जो परम श्रद्धेय हैं, जो आइडल हैं, जो कि एक आराध्य हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं कर्म भी धर्म है. तो कर्म को लेके भी क्या लोगों में आपको लगता है, इसलिए मैंने वो कलयुग की बात की थी कि जो आपका काम है उसके प्रति कैसे निष्ठा दिखाई जाए?
I think I would like to say a line here that it's not just about saying Jai Shri Ram, it's about following Shri Ram's values and teachings.
Right.
So if you follow Jai Shri Ram, you say, and if you follow his values, what Ram did in his life, if you follow even 10% of it in your daily life, like for example, I work in a corporate world, I am a media person, and if I follow how Ram worked hard for his people, I am also serving to people, giving news. So if I learn from him how he served his people and how he made everyone like how he served, so if I take that in my life, then obviously that karma path and that dharma path will co-relate. So it's about following his teachings, not just saying that I am following Ram. You have to follow that and implement that in your own life. Whatever you are doing, I am a media person, I'll implement it in my way. If you are a teacher, if you are anything, any profession, you can implement it in your life.
Right. Before this show, Arushi had promised us backstage that she would be completing all her working days, not taking any leaves. At least the bosses will be happy.
I have to.
Well, Ansh, Gen Zs, those who are just 19, 20, 21, one crucial thing that is coming up is elections, 2024. Do you believe that this Ram temple would be on Gen Z's mind while casting the vote? or would it be something else, maybe swanky roads, better roads to drive on, facilities somewhere down the line? What would be the case?
Well, definitely Ram Mandir would be an election issue, and personally talking of me and voters like me of the age 2020 and even the young generation voters. See, I'm not taking the name of the ruling party, but yeah, they made this election matlab ki we will construct it, and they fulfilled that. Okay, so they will definitely campaign for it, that we did it, see we did it. And coming to the next part is that there's roads, bigger roads, and so if I talk about Ayodhya specifically, so temple ka construction nahi ho raha, it's actually the whole city is getting revamped right now. You're getting new airports, you're getting new roads, you're getting a new railway station. So definitely ये चीजें हैं भी, and definitely it is going to play a huge part, and I'm going to vote for that only. कि हाँ ये सब हुआ है, देखना चाहिए हमें.
But people are often saying that it's a PR activity, that you are doing all of this before the general elections. They are targeting BJP, saying why now, like in 2024, when the general elections are going to be held.
देखिए, I mean, it was in their election manifesto. मैं यहाँ थोड़ा सा डिफेंस में devil's advocate बन जाता हूँ. वो ये है कि उनके डिफेंस में they are political parties, they will use it definitely, but I mean, this has been, if you go to Ayodhya, every second person would tell you that 500 साल पहले राजा विक्रमादित्य ने राम मंदिर को रेनोवेट कराया था, अब जाके अभी हो रहा है. So 500 years is a long time. So देर आए दुरुस्त आए. I mean, 10 on 10 for that. अब जहाँ तक सवाल है PR exercise का, तो I believe, see, I mean, even social media once again is most of the times used to promote something. Okay, so our Gen Z would be more clued in talking about, you know, how to flaunt your new watch or how to flaunt your new ring or whatever it is. Well, मुद्दे की बात पर आते हैं जल्दी से. कब जा रहे हैं आप लोग राम मंदिर देखने?
If I get a chance to go on the inauguration itself, I would love to.
No, you can't go on your inauguration. Prime Minister Modi has said don't be there. But 23rd you can.
Yeah, so I'll definitely go as soon as possible, because now that I have heard a lot about it, I am giving news on it. I can't resist myself from going and witnessing the beauty there.
Right, you must. Ansh, what's the plan?
Well, I'll go जब थोड़ा शांत हो जाएगा. When I'll get an appropriate time to at least see how exactly it's made. कैसे बना है, what exactly have they done things there. जब पूरा ready हो जाएगा, and the rush exactly is not as much जो अभी है, क्योंकि hype इतनी ज़्यादा. That's why even Prime Minister is right now saying कि भैया अभी मत आओ, तुम 22 को आ जाओगे तो मैं कहाँ जाऊँगा. He's basically trying to say that.
And obviously, as I said in the beginning, that all roads are leading to Ayodhya. Needless to say, yes, Prime Minister Modi has said be there on 23rd, but not on 22nd. Doesn't change much. I mean, 24 घंटे में कोई खास फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Watch it on TV. घर में दिए जलाइए. That's what he has said. But one thing is for sure, and the engineers basically involved from Larsen and Toubro and Tata Consulting Engineers is the firm that is constructing the whole periphery of Ram Mandir. They said कि यहाँ selfie लेने में बहुत मजा आएगा. In one of our interviews, you can watch all our coverage on our playlist on YouTube, Oneindia English, where we have listed all these stories that we have filed from Ayodhya. And one gentleman there, Mr. Dubey from TCE, says selfie points भी होंगे.
Oh, that's actually a good thing, because बहुत
I think it's so beautiful. आप कहीं भी selfie लीजिए, कहीं भी photo लीजिए.
No, but actually it's not allowed in several temples. Like मैं अभी कुछ टाइम पहले काशी विश्वनाथ गया था. So
the corridor
that
is there.
हाँ.
वो भी अपने में काफी ज़बरदस्त है. हाँ, sanctum sanctorum में obviously one would not do it, but otherwise I think it's a feast for eyes. काफी खूबसूरत है.
Indeed.
चलिए, with a promise from Arushi that she would be completing all her work days also, and also take a break in the first month of January to go to Ayodhya. That exception can be made. Ansh Pandey there also weighing in how does the Gen Z feels and also looks at this Ram Mandir. We will see you on 22nd of January with all the broadcasts and all the highlights of the mega launch, and also we'll be bringing you voices from across the world to weigh in on how does the world feel on this inauguration of the Ram Temple.